It has been a terrific start for the Dallas Cowboys, 3-0. Dak has missed few passes, and we all know what the defense has looked like, and a man who's part of that terrific Dallas defense. And few people have a story to root for and a person that you should root for in the NFL quite like this man, Jaylon Smith, here on the Rich Eisen Show once again. How are you, Jaylon?
Man, I am doing wonderful, enjoying my off day.
I bet you are, but I appreciate you taking your time on your off day to call in here because I just wanted to check in with you. Your team's 3-0, and from what I heard back in August, there is less pie now because you took your slice, Jaylon, right?
Blessings, man. Blessings.
Yeah, I bet so. What was it like for you? For those who don't know, maybe your story, your knee blew up on a Fiesta Bowl turf, and so did supposedly your top 5 prospects of being drafted. The Cowboys took you anyway. You balled out and got this contract that you deserve. What was it like to put your Jaylon Smith on the dotted line that day?
Honestly, man, been playing this game since I was 7 years old, and always dreamt of, we always dream of the big deal. So for me, it's just about embracing it, understanding, that I'll be able to play for America's team, on a longevity standpoint, solidifying that, just en route to build some generational wealth, man. But I love the game of football, and I'm just happy to be able to play the game I love.
Well, what would that kid who was rehabbing the torn ACL and MCL, what would that kid have thought about this contract?
Man, just making the best, business decision, for yourself. For me, I've been through a lot. Was going to be a top 5 pick before my injury and, was able to, still slip into the second round, third pick of the second round. And for me, it was just all about patience, man. So to have this happen to me, it's really just a blessing. But, the Cowboys, we're focused on winning.
Of course you are, and you've won. You're now 3-0. How come this year has been so different? Do you think than a couple of years that you've had there in Dallas?
The energy, the attention to detail. We haven't hit our peak at all, but we're striving to be great, and for us, it's just about being together.
When you say you haven't hit your peak at all, I mean, it's hard to point out how you – I'm not saying that you can't get any better, but it looks pretty super to me, Jaylon. What do you mean by you haven't hit your peak yet?
We're just laser beam focused, man, on winning each game and taking it week by week, taking it day by day in our preparation. That's the biggest thing. We play to our standards. We're not focused on any opponent. It's the Cowboy standard that we've set for ourselves. And no matter if we win or lose, if we're not hitting that standard, it's going to be a problem.
Well, who's the one setting the standard, Jaylon?
It's a collective effort between the players and the coaches.
Okay, so walk me through who the players are. Leading this from.
Every player on the team has to be accountable to it. But, from a leadership group standpoint, captains on down, regardless of our 5-6 captains we have a tremendous amount of leaders and leadership on the team. So, we're able to remove our ego and focus on each task at hand.
Jaylon Smith, Cowboys linebacker here on the Rich Eisen Show. Dak is doing this without a long-term contract, and we've seen how many players wilt under that or get distracted by it. He seems to just not even care a single lick, Jaylon. What is it like to be around him?
Man, he's a baller. He's a guy that you love and appreciate. And one thing we all know, he's going to get his money.
Well, he keeps on saying that it seems to me that he thinks that the pie is a little deeper. So when you say, I want to delve a little bit more into your talks with Jerry here, because I had DeMarcus Ware on the show, and I asked him what it was like to negotiate with Jerry. And he said when it was time to sign, he brought DeMarcus into his office and lit a candle and had a conversation with him. Did that happen with you too?
Something like that. My conversations were more with Steven.
Okay.
But Jerry kind of put the exclamation point on it.
How do you do that? Can you walk me through that a little bit?
I mean, just both parties, we had an understanding that, it wasn't rocket science. And we wanted to make it happen, fairly quickly. We both understood that, I wanted to be a Cowboy for life, and they wanted me here, recognize my value and what I can bring to the table, and then just what I represent, as far as off the field, just being a true match. So for us, it was about getting the numbers right. Obviously they have a lot of people to get done, still to this day. So, for me, I recognized, what it was going to take to be, playing for America's team. And I'm just thankful with what God has blessed me with.
So, but he did not suit up because, again, DeMarcus said he would suit up, bring you into the office, light a candle that had like a Cowboys logo on it, and have a heart-to-heart with you. That did not happen with you, or it did?
No, ours was more so like in the locker room before one of the preseason games, just having a little heart-to-heart, just saying we wanted to make it happen.
Well, that's great, and it did happen for you. And now, your teammates that you're with, Robert Quinn's sack dance has gotten a little bit of attention, Jaylon. Are you aware of that?
I'm not.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Okay. Well, let the owner himself, Jerry Jones, tell you. This is today. It was brought up on Jerry Jones's radio show today, Robert Quinn's sack dance, and this was his response to it.
Well, that's one of the best I've seen, riding that pony. Now, you know what's fun? Sometimes Zeke will do something like that. He'll put a towel on, or he'll put some shorts on or something, and head down through the middle of the dressing room, kind of spanking himself as he emulates the riding the horse. But and that's before a game, so you can see how what a asset he is on and off the field to the Dallas Cowboys.
What do you think, Jaylon?
All facts. All facts.
That happens, huh?
All facts.
Huh. Okay.
All facts.
And it fires up the team? He does that and it fires everybody up?
I'm not saying anything else about it. Zeke's a character.
He is a character, huh? And the fact that he signed, what did that mean for you? Because so many people were thinking that it could be a distraction that he wasn't there. When he signed, what did that mean for the locker room, Jaylon?
I mean, we all knew that he would be there week one. You know what I mean? And it's business. This type of stuff happens, So we knew it was going to get done, and happy to be able to play with my brother for the years to come.
He is just as good as it gets, but Dak really seems to have taken it to a new level, Jaylon. I'll be honest with you. I could not be more impressed with the way he's playing, and I'm wondering do you watch it? I know obviously you've got stuff to prepare for when you are playing, but you've got an amazing television set that Jerry Jones has put above the field in your home stadium. Do you sit there and just take it in?
I mean, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, and that's really all I know. One thing about, Dak is he's going to give it all he's got. He's going to will himself. That's why he's our quarterback, man.
All right, in the few minutes that I have left with you, Jaylon, you've never played in the Superdome before. Others have. This is going to be in a very intense setting. It's as loud a stadium as I've been in, and that includes Arrowhead. Seattle's a great one. Obviously, there are so many intense places, but the Superdome is definitely a top 5 spot. I wonder what you are being told about this.
Dreamt of it my entire life. I could not wait. And, we're looking forward to dominating. For us, it's just about preparing. We got our standards, man. We got to live up to.
Why have you been dreaming about it your whole life?
Just growing up being a football fan, and Drew Brees being a Purdue guy. For me, I'm from the Hoosier State,
yep.
So I've always watched him growing up, And New Orleans, it's just nothing like it. I've never been to New Orleans, so this would be my first time. Hopefully we get some good grub tonight before the game.
I'm sure you will. It's a great town for that. Before I let you go, what's going on with you off the field, Jaylon? What's going on with your charity works and what you do in the Metroplex area to make your world better, as you always do? What are you up to?
Man, I started a Minority Entrepreneurship Institute in efforts to close the economic and educational gap. Had a successful first showcase in Indiana. Next year, we'll be traveling to Dallas, Texas, having a showcase here. It's kind of a Shark Tank type of vibe, but it's, we'll have applicants. We'll narrow it down to 5 and have them present in front of myself and a few other sharks to award 3 winners with over $300,000. So what they'll be getting is financial funding, mentorship, and strategic planning. Like I said, it's in efforts for Black, Brown, Latino to close that educational and economic gap.
So are you a fan of Shark Tank? Is that where this is born out of? Watching that show and trying to just replicate it?
Not. I'm definitely a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of the venture pitch type of vibe, it's just I admired being able to create a marketplace, for impact investors, that want to help the efforts, and like I said, closing the economic and educational gap. That's really my purpose beyond athletics. It's only how we're going to be able to succeed as a whole in this universe is for everyone to have the right access.
Well, if there's somebody sitting at home listening to this, or driving around listening to this, or sitting at home watching it, that thinks that they've got a great idea and that this can work for them, how can they get in touch? How can they make it happen?
Man, just go to my website, jaylonsmith.com/MEI. You can apply now. Like I said, the showcase will be July 10th at the Omni in Frisco. So just really looking forward to having it. It's going to be a blast.
Jaylon, thanks for the time. Really appreciate you spending part of your off day with me. Congrats on getting the pie and a 3-0 start. We'll chat down the line, hopefully.
Appreciate you, boss. Take care.
You got it. That's Jaylon Smith, Cowboys linebacker.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.